Protests and rioting targeting the Federal Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility in Portland, Oregon. President Trump now, after another night of that, has vowed to stop the violence in the face of resistance from Democrats and the courts, which in some cases seem to have a lot of Democrats in the courts. The White House appealed a ruling that blocks any National Guard members from going into that city, no matter how needed it is now. The legal blocks that the president is facing, he's going to try to tumble those at each segment so he can get help to the citizens in certain cities. The president really went after those rioters and is promising to find a way to make those cities safer.
Portland is on fire. Portland's been on fire for years, and not so much saving it. That's all insurrection. I really think that's really criminal insurrection.
The Insurrection Act, under what conditions or terms would you?
Well, I'd do it if it was necessary. So far, it hasn't been necessary, but we have an Insurrection Act for a reason. If I had to enact it, I'd do that.
And in Chicago, hundreds of National Guard members could be on Chicago's streets at any moment now. So we are watching for that development. And the city is facing anti-ICE riots and a fresh set of alarming crime numbers. Just this past weekend, 30 people were shot, 6 of them were murdered. However, Democrats in that state seem more focused on going after President Trump and trashing him and federal agents than finding solutions for their own citizens.
Trump and the thuggery that his agents have brought has actively made us less safe.
We are signing an executive order aimed at reining in this out-of-control administration. The order establishes ICE-free zones. That means that city property and unwilling private businesses will no longer serve as staging grounds for these raids.
The White House quickly responded, posting, "This is sick. He is aiding and abetting criminal, illegal immigrant killers, rapists, traffickers, and gangbangers." Also growing outrage and no real answers, the Chicago Police Department's response or non-response to federal agents who were under threat, an internal message, as well as police dispatch audio, all show officers were told not to respond when a large group of protesters surrounded agents over the weekend. The city's police superintendent spoke out. Watch.
Our officers were not told to stand down. Our officers were out there throughout the entire event. I would never tell our officers to stand down. Sometimes what you hear on the radio does not necessarily reflect what's happening on the ground. There was a lot of miscommunication. We screw something up, we mess up, we fess up, we fix it.
Wait, so the communication across the radio to people may not be correct? How do they know when not to listen to it? Senior correspondent Mike Tobin is in Broadview, Illinois. Mike.
And here's one of the things we can tell you is that the Illinois National Guard is still on its way to Chicago, despite Democrats' attempts to block them. The Illinois Attorney General filed suit asking for a temporary injunction to block the deployment of the Guard. But yesterday, a U.S. district judge refused to grant that temporary injunction, but told the Trump administration they've got until tomorrow to answer questions about when the troops will arrive, what towns they will be sent to, and what they will do once they get here. The administration has already stated that they will protect federal personnel and property. And just a short time ago, you heard from the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, defending the deployment of the Guard to Chicago.
The National Guard is on the way right now as we speak. Oh, by the way, so is Director Patel and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. You're sitting here grilling me, and they're on their way to Chicago to keep your state safe.
Madam Attorney General, it's my job to grill you.
Meantime, a gangland hit was put out on Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino. Federal prosecutors say Juan Espinoza Martinez, who they describe as a ranking member of the Latin King street gang, solicited the murder of Bovino. They presented Snapchat messages reading $2,000 for info on Bovino, $10,000 to take him down, emojis, and a notation LK for Latin Kings on him.
There's going to be more incidents just like this because it's a war zone out there. Secretary No mentioned a bounty on the heads of federal agents. That's something out of a third world country. Is this America?
And we heard from the superintendent of Chicago Police denying these allegations and the evidence suggesting that Chicago police were ordered to stand down when their federal counterparts were in trouble. And also you have the mayor of Chicago who has now declared ice-free zones, prompting sharp criticism from the White House. Harris, back to you.
Mike Tobin, great reporting.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.